Hello, everybody. Welcome to Coriander Society Yokai Blossom. I'm tormented by gnomes. It's my great joy to be your game master today. Joining me, we've got BeatDownBlvd, Necra, NinjaManMat, and Pods of War. It's good to have all of you at my virtual table once again.
Yeah.
So happy.
Hold on. I borked another thing.
Oh.
No, we're fine. We're going to keep going this time. Beatdown, how are things in your world?
Things are good. We're working again soon, which you love to see, and I'm
Let's
not
go.
bored anymore. Yeah.
Let's go. Getting work. We love to see the getting of the bread. Necra, how you feeling? How's life?
Life is better. I am alive. I no longer feel like I am a zombie.
Big fan of both of those things.
And I get to play D&D since I'm not going to Dallas. But that's okay. I'm happy that I get a little bit of good stuff everywhere. So.
That's nice. No matter what happens, if there's still some good stuff around.
Exactly.
Matt.
Like Pitbull said, every day above ground is a great day. Remember that.
True.
Yeah, true.
Wow.
As the poet says.
Matt. Wise words.
Yeah, what do you want?
Nothing. Go yourself.
Pause.
Pause. What's going on?
I tried the viral cucumber salad recipe on TikTok, and it's pretty good, but it's very hot, very spicy.
Are you a fan of spicy? Yes or no?
Yes, I am.
Cool. Same. Love it.
Great question.
Question over. When last we left our heroes, they were in the anime world of Yokai Blossom, which is brought to you in part by Anime 5e from Daisukami Publishing Company, who are sponsoring this stream. Necra's character, Jisha, was created using the Anime 5e rules. It allows you to completely customize your character by spending points on your stats, your abilities, your class, your race, taking drawbacks and fatal flaws in the grand anime tradition in order to give yourself ridiculous over-the-top powers. It is a ton of fun. You can find out more by typing !anime in the chat if you're live, looking down below on our Twitch, or in the video description if you're watching later. So thanks once again to Daisukami Publishing Company. Get yourself a copy of Anime 5e, and our adventure continues in the world of Yokai Blossom. When last we left Jisha, she just successfully climbed the waterfall, swam and ran up the waterfall just outside of Botan Village, alongside the stranger, the wayfarer from beyond, Asena. When the two of them got up to the top, Jisha, now in her true Blink Beast form with this beautiful wooden mask, which we have art I gotta show on stream as soon as I'll show off the art. You know what? I'm doing it. I'm just gonna do that now, okay?
I'm so excited.
I can't wait. We have to see it now.
I popped it up for my players, and this is so cool.
Yeah.
So this
major shout outs to Beepachu.
Absolutely.
Doing this incredible artwork.
I love the clothes too. The fine detail on the clothes are super cool. So this is
cool.
This is Jisha's true form. Literally takes on this human identity, but underneath has this partially wooden, partially like tree spirit form of a Blink Beast.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. I loved working with Beepachu also because I was able to give kind of just like a general concept of what I wanted it to all look like, and then took it and ran with it. So that was really fun, and I love the finished product. I'm glad that people get to see what we've come up with as a character concept using the anime rule set also.
As a person who struggles with visual creativity, I really rely on people who can I'll just give them the bare bones, the kernel of an idea, and they'll run with it.
Same.
Yeah, it's absolutely vital. So Jisha revealed her true form to ascend the waterfall, running straight up. And once she reached the top, and Asena reached the top, Asena's dragon tooth amulet began to glow with astral power, and Jisha's mask began to radiate with that same power. Jisha, you immediately gain 5 discretionary points. that you can spend on your character. You don't have to spend them now, but you have them. You could use that to, I think, buy another rank of your portal ability, but you've got a lot of other options. So if you take a look at the attributes in Anime 5e rulebook, some latent power within you has awakened.
Neat.
Immediately after that happened, Asena ran off the edge of the mountain, and astral silver wings of energy spread from her shoulders, and she just glided all the way down, all 200 or so feet.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
It was going to be really bad if that didn't work.
It's okay, water, right? Water was beneath
We'll be
you.
fine.
That's how I justified it.
Exactly. You're a pugilist. You can slow fall. It's not a big deal.
We did the math on it, Gastone and I.
I was about to say, yeah.
Extensively.
And it didn't matter.
At terminal velocity, would have survived. Maybe would have been bloodied. Would have been fine. Anyways,
we did the math.
Shortly afterwards, this left Jisha alone up at the top, and the rest of the party went off to go speak with Botan Shiori for a while. But Botan Shiori also wanted a private word with Jisha to allow her to sort of figure out what just happened and prepare for the road ahead. So all of you gain the benefits of a long rest. And nice. Jisha, you can have one scene with Shiori or other characters without the rest of the Wayfarers with your village at any time that night, that day, before your journey starts the next day.
Okay, cool. I guess after being left on the top of the mountain and just kind of like feeling the overwhelming sense of power, I would probably try to find my way back down. Maybe just, like casually slide back down the waterfall and then make my way over to Shiori.
Mm-hmm.
After I've obviously taken some time to just like, well, what's going on? Kind of figure that out.
Okay. Alone in the Botan Temple, Shiori the Mystic who's been meeting with the Wayfarers all day, going back and forth with them, a feisty bunch, will draw you inside and close the screen on the door and sit down and breathe an old sigh. She's up there in her 60s, her 70s, has seen a great deal, only a couple generations removed from the world of steel. And she tells you that the arrival of these Wayfarers means more than I thought. And I think their fates and yours are entwined, Jisha.
Well, forgive me, Shiori, but what do you mean by that?
Hana was the one who brought the bloom to this world when it was dying. Before my time. And she did it by meditating until she achieved a state of inner enlightenment, and her spirit traveled beyond this world, beyond all the worlds that were connected by the Waygates, into the beyond, into the cosmos. And there she found a place of unparalleled knowledge, a refuge where the wisdom of all the worlds was combined and hoarded and treasured. And it was in that place that she found the secrets that called upon the bloom, that brought your people to our world in the first place. And as she sat in the very heart of the steel, hoping for a better world, hoping for a chance to save all the people drowning as the oceans rose and dying as the lands dried up, she saw in the sky a dragon that covered the horizon, dancing in and out, shining with every color of the rainbow with silver scales. And it was by following that vision that she arrived at the center of all knowledge, where she learned how to call your people, who, in part, saved our world. Okay. I don't know much about these Wayfarers, but when you climbed up that mountain, the power that awakened within you is the same as the power that lies within her amulet. It's connected to the Dragon of Wisdom and to the fate of our world.
Okay. Okay, I think I'm understanding you now. Because Hana was able to use the gateway's power before, and these wayfarers came through the gateway, and my power from going up the waterfall somehow connected to the amulet power that Asena has. It's all connected?
Yes. Except Hana didn't use the way gates. Hana transcended without them.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And when she reached out to the universe and asked for help, the Dragon of Wisdom showed her the power that called upon your people.
Right.
Some power
Right.
connects your people to the Dragon of Wisdom and to the fate of our world. You know that the Oniyuri family is losing their connection with the Blossom spirits, and others are as well. If we are to restore this peace, I think it's important that you not only escort them and make sure they don't get up to too much trouble, but go to the same place where Hana first achieved enlightenment to see if you can find the answer to why the spirits are being lost.
Right. Okay. Yes. Shiori, I understand. We will leave soon to discover these secrets.
Is there anything you need, any questions that you have before you go?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think I've got this.
I think you've got this. You should speak with my old friend in the Kuroyuri village, Zanami.
Okay.
She's a bit too fond of her drink these days, but after all the nonsense she's had to put up with, I can hardly blame her. She knows more about the old ways, about Hana, and about the dangers that you'll face on the way to the Heart of Steel than I do. And Kuroyuri village is on the way deeper in the bloom.
Well, that's perfect then. We'll head there first.
All right. Rest well. You'll take all of our courage and hope and confidence with you.
I will not let you down. And Jisha will bow as she heads out.
All right. Shiori gives you a slight bow. Not as deep as the one that you give her, but definitely a sign of respect and confidence. Barring any scenes that the rest of the party wishes to have overnight, the dawn will rise. The sun will rise over the mountain that lies just to the east. Its light spills on either side of the narrow rocky crag, illuminating the beautiful blossoms and verdant forest that surrounds this village, sparkling off of the water on an auspicious and beautiful day when the lot of you are gathered together in the heart of Botan village, ready to set out on your way through the wilds. After breakfast, of course, everyone gets fed.
John was working on something in the night. I already talked to you about this. He goes ahead and passes out what he's been working on. To Gastone, he returns his pistol back to him after inscribing some runes on it. Gastone, your pistol is imbued with a lightning dragon's breath. It's a one-use magical spell. But while it is imbued in your weapon, it does count as magic for the purposes of overcoming damage reduction.
I have a question. Because the gun is the sigil's on the gun and not the bullet, does that mean I could shoot a blank and it would still do lightning breath?
Yes. If you
Excellent.
technically, as long as you press the trigger, it's going to shoot lightning breath. So only use lightning breath when you want to, when you're ready.
And how is it activated? Is it a keyword, or do you tap the glyph?
That would be Gastone's choice when John would have set up the key. So would you want it to be a verbal component, or would it be somatic in terms of like an interaction with the gun?
I think interacting with the gun is fine.
Then there is going to be a very specific either part of the rune or gesture you have to make before pulling the trigger for the spell to work.
Okay.
For Asena, John will have imbued the spell Tasha's Mind Whip into your spinal whip. So the next time
Into my thorn whip?
Well,
No, into Spine Lash.
Into your
Oh,
spine
the
lash.
spine lash.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
even worse.
Your whip made of vertebrae. You can now
kind of forgot I had that.
destroy someone's bones and destroy their mind. And again, did you want it to be a verbal or somatic activation key?
What is somatic
It means like some kind of gesture or movement.
movement?
Okay, so there's either a particular movement you have to make or you have to touch a certain parts on the actual whip when you make the attack.
What part?
What
part
if you
want.
like whirl it twice before attacking and that activates it? So if you just snap, it's fine, but if you go, then it triggers the spell.
Oh yeah, it's like a special move.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I like that.
That's really cool.
And then to Jisha, John approaches you. I didn't know your preference. You were kind of busy on Charizard Mountain. I didn't have a whole lot of time to go over this, but based off of just what little I know of you, here you go. And John pulls out a single peony flower, a yellow one, the same color that he presented you when you entered the village and he was trying to disguise everyone. When you activate this flower, it's going to release a small cone of cold. So aim it only at people you don't want to be alive anymore.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Jisha very, happily accepts the gift and ends up putting it actually on like her hip to just like keep it at the ready.
And I didn't exactly know how you were going to want to do that. So if you just hold up the flower, and this is a little morbid, but you'll have to just crush it in your hands. As soon as you break the flower, it's going to go off in the direction that you're aiming it. So,
yeah. Okay. Thank you. I will keep that in mind. I hope we don't need it.
Me too, but I also kind of want to see what it does.
That's understandable. You did work very hard on this. So
normally I tend to imbue these like guns and stuff. I've never actually tried it with something like that. It was really interesting. It was very difficult to do so without actually destroying the flower in the process. So I actually look forward to seeing if it actually works properly.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get a chance to. We've got a long journey ahead of us as she turns to the rest of the group. Do you guys feel ready, prepared to go?
I'd say so. Absolutely.
I don't think there's anything else we need to do here.
Except for John to give a rousing speech preparing us for our journeys in the continuation of this glorious and beautiful land of Hana. And John spends the next 10 minutes giving this what he believes to be a very inspiring speech as to what their goal is. They're going to be moving across this familiar to some, though very unknown to others, lands where we're going to have to cross the 7 mountains to the place where the bloom consumes the steel. There we will find the last dewdrop of a thunderstorm, and that will be what returns us from our quest.
What's that skill called? Inspiring.
That would be Inspiring Leader.
Inspiring Leader. I'm both happy and sad I don't have that ability.
And everybody gets 14 temporary hit points at the end of John's inspiring
rousing
speech.
speech.
Nice.
Wow.
Because could I just say like the absolute like dumbest no brain shit, and as long as I'm using the spell, it works.
So it's not a spell, it's an ability. And so if for the ability to work, the speech actually has to be inspiring.
But hold on a second. I feel like people can be inspired by different things.
Yeah.
So it could very well be nonsense BS. And it would work.
If it's the whole team, if it's the whole team just saying you're adorable, that would work. If it's the whole team just like belly laughing or just trying not to laugh at how ridiculous it is, that would also work. They just have to be inspired.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
It would fly in magic.
Something current.
Yeah, it probably would fly in magic.
Something inspiration, something pretty much the same.
Synergy.
Exactly.
Yes, the corporate buzzwords.
All right, so we'll go ahead and circle back and touch base on our KPIs later.
Actually, technically, if we're going like, rules as written, it's not even a speech. You just have to do something for 10 minutes. I could literally stand there and pose for 10 minutes.
I was about to say, do some vertical push-ups.
Yeah. John just planks for 10
Firing
whole minutes.
modeling.
Everybody come look at me. I'm planking. And he just literally
You just sit there like, wow, I really need to work out more. And now I'm inspired.
So funny.
All right. And so our heroes set out throughout the wilds of the world of Yokai Blossom. There are trails and roads, but you can tell, for those of you who are new here, much of the transit of this world takes place over waterways. Rivers and streams flow all over throughout this place, and the bloom, this magical vegetative growth that has overwhelmed the old world, absolutely covered with flowers, butterflies in 1,000 colors go sweeping past. You can hear birds chirping every which way. There are places where it gets so overgrown and so dark that you can't even see through, and you have no idea how deep the vegetation actually gets. Fortunately for you, Jisha knows the way. Jisha, how far have you ever gone since you arrived at Botan Village? Do you wander the wilds much? How far do you usually go from the place?
I feel like it would depend. I feel like she would have. I feel like she would have wandered a lot because she would have been sent on errands and things for the head mystic and just like other people in the village. So I feel like she does have a decent amount of knowledge of where she's going.
Okay, cool. So you make for an excellent guide. Many of the paths are hard to see if you don't know what to look for, or they branch out as deer trails and various blossom spirits that have wandered through the area leave behind marks, and it's easy to lose your way. But with Jisha as your guide, you make excellent progress. I am going to say that for Gastone and for Asena, this is the most vibrant, verdant, full of life place that you have ever traveled. Even compared to the lush, misty forests of the elven planet of Perianth, Asena, this is at least on par with the jungles of Zolquia, where you were raised. And the things in the jungles of Zolquia that you have an innate connection to, that you could sense and feel, here you can see those things. Everyone can see those things, as if that inner life has been brought to the surface and outwardly displayed through just magnificent, overgrown things in colors that, John, you've only seen on TV and in some of the more psychedelic dimensions you've traveled to.
Wow. This place is beautiful.
Does John actually know about you guys doing the Mordain Vapor when you were on Perianth?
What?
That question was for Gastone and Asena.
Wait,
What?
you said technical things. You need to speak Asena.
Does John know you did drugs when you were partying with the elves?
When we got high with the elves?
We never talked about it.
I thought
I would
you
say
knew.
no.
I said I saw like a moon.
Yeah, but you're always saying weird shit.
That's true.
But John can probably parse that you've done the Mordain.
Roll an insight
You
check.
could just be like, true.
And yes, Necra, they got their hands on some Mordain on a completely different world.
I was gonna say that sounds very familiar, but Jisha has no idea what that is. So
I was gonna say, in one way or another, and in
Fingers
some
crossed.
universe, we've all done the Mordain.
All right, so with an
18.
18, I'm going to say yes.
Okay. Yeah, John makes exactly that comment. Oh yeah, it's like we're tripping on the vapor. Very lovely.
don't know what that is, but I'm glad you guys find this beautiful.
Oh, there is an incredible tea that I could make for you, and it, really does little more than make you see this beautiful landscape that we see before us. It's lovely.
I will take your word for that.
Don't drink the tea.
Oh yeah, no, don't drink the tea. No, sorry, let me clarify. You smell the tea. Bad things happen when you drink the tea.
What? A tea that you can't drink, but you can smell?
Oh, you can drink it. It just might kill you. is the thing.
Murderous tea.
Yeah, I don't think you should bring that up here.
We barely talk about
Noted.
it, so.
Yeah. No, I just no, that just I would just keep that one to yourselves. Yeah, we don't drink tea here that kills us. So
I'll keep such a recreational activity to a minimum, I promise you.
sure. Jisha
Speaking of
turns around
recreation,
and keeps walking.
I calls. Speaking of recreation, Jisha, what do you normally do when you're not stopping half dragons from opening portals to other dimensions and climbing waterfalls that turn you into dragons?
Oh well, I read. Imagine a lot of the same things that you guys do. I think. Read, do art, like to draw.
Like schematics?
Well, like plants.
Plans?
Well, like what you see around you. I like to capture those moments. I really like to do portraits of the people in the village.
People. I guess.
So
That
you're an
sounds-
artist.
I guess so. I don't know. I spend a lot of time training and doing work. I don't know if I really take time to just kind of relax.
She's an artist.
Training and work, you say. So when you're not training and doing work, you're pursuing very creative outlets, such as reading and drawing. But what kind of work do
Yeah.
you normally do?
Well, I am very close with the village mystic. You met her, Shiori.
Mhm.
She sends me on a lot of missions. So actually, we're going to one of the villages that I've been to quite a few times. Now we'll go
Oh.
talk to somebody there, and then keep going towards our final destination.
Jisha, is she grooming you to take over for her?
I'm not sure. I just she took me into the village when I didn't really feel like I had anywhere else to go, and I felt very indebted to her ever since.
I understand. That's very good of you.
Do you get paid for all your work?
Well, I get, housing and food, so I get paid in quality of life.
Etelvina, who has been here the whole time, even though we keep forgetting about her, who's been traveling with you. The woman with the elegant. Well, actually, she's a ninja, and right now she's in full ninja mode. I didn't see a whole lot in the way of coin back there in the first place.
No,
More of a Orvy thing.
yes. A lot of the villages around here really don't focus on I guess extravagance. That's really an Orvy thing. That's really the Oniyuri tribe thing. They're very about money. They're very about wealth. We're just not about that. It's about the simple things in life and the things that bring you closer to the people around you instead of separating people.
Well, sure, but like sometimes when people don't have money, they can pay me in like pens or shiny things.
Well, sure. We still have shiny things.
Shiny things?
Yeah.
Like what?
Oh, well, Jisha pulls the gold from Orvy out of her pocket. Do you want this? Is this shiny enough?
No,
That's not yours, right?
I don't want anything. I'm just making sure you have shiny things. It seems like you work really hard and you need shiny things.
Well, I don't own. I don't. Usually, the shiny things are things like I guess what Gaston carries. Like the guns.
Yes, they are called guns.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty shiny, but that's not something that we usually carry around the village. That's more of a steel kind of deal.
Definitely more steel.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's got to be some non-steel shiny things. We'll have to find them.
Well, I mean, gemstones are still a thing here. We do, sometimes trade with gemstones, but it's very rare given that a lot of the trade that happens between villages is just good for good.
Very
I
old
guess
fashioned.
that's acceptable. As long as she's paying you in something. Because it
Well,
seems
I-
like you do a lot of work.
I feel very satisfied with my work, so yeah.
I think what Asena is trying to say is she doesn't want you taken advantage of. It's all well and good to make sure that you feel fulfilled in what you do. But if you're not getting anything credible for your services, well, you could be getting taken advantage of.
Well,
Not to say that's what's happening. That's just what Asena, I think,
no,
what I ascertain.
understandable. No, I appreciate you guys thinking about me like that. But no, I assure you, everything is good, and I'm very happy to be given the responsibility to take you to your final destination.
Alrighty. Well, if that changes, just let me know and I could make some things happen.
What kind of things?
Threats, Gastone. Threats.
Gotcha. Sorry, I always get nervous when you talk about doing things.
That seems understandable.
You should have seen her before she got the suit.
I'm sorry. Okay. Negotiation. Is that better?
That
I mean, if you actually mean that, sure.
It seems like the same thing. Same.
John's VR camera is like moving in for close-ups while Gastone and Asena are having this discussion. Not obtrusively, just kind of lingering up. It's more like kind of hanging out about 5 or 10 feet above everyone, like a ward. And then every now and then it kind of zooms in to get a better shot, depending on if there's a very emotional or poignant moment happening.
If negotiation is done with words or with fists, who cares? As long as the end result is the same.
The ends justify the means. I understand.
right.
Jisha, you were leading us somewhere, and John just keeps walking.
Yes, right. And Jisha follows and tries to catch up and get back in front.
All right. The countryside evens out just in this one place. And even though there are still shrubs and flowers in all sorts of different colors, and the grass itself is multiple hues, you arrive at a place where a river cuts through a rocky canyon that has been long since overgrown and covered by the bloom. And as you make your way through here, something scratches just at the back of your perception. I would like each of you to please roll a perception check.
Oh, this looks cool. I like whatever this is.
Ooh. I don't like what I see on the cliff over there. Oh, shoot. Sorry, I had
10.
advantage on. My bad. 10. Is that a natural 1 and it was still a 13?
I logged out of Roll20 somehow. Give me a moment. Did I do good?
No.
No.
Oh, no.
How
What
is a
did I roll?
13 a natural 1?
Oh, because I've got a really good perception.
I've been snarking at your expense, but everyone gets +1 XP. My bad.
Yeah.
Huge birds, just absolutely enormous birds, stand in the scintillating prismatic waters of this beautiful creek, preening, ruffling their feathers. And when you see the crests of feathers that they're wearing, they're actually flower petals growing out of their heads in countless different colors. And as you approach, they give out a musical trill and then they fly away.
Oh,
Dang it.
that was rather lovely. Are those dangerous, Jisha?
Well, they look like blossom spirits.
Jisha, you have a special ability that allows you to identify almost anything about blossom
Yes,
spirits.
they do.
These are Eblis spirits. They are capable of projecting magical patterns of color all around them. They usually use them to distract people in order to steal stuff from them. They're actually a type of Oniyuri blossom spirit.
Okay.
Oh.
I would share that with the party, I
Mhm.
guess, and be like, "Hey, I would just double check that you're not missing anything."
That said, they seem to be taking flight, flying away from you.
Wait, do they actually have to touch us to be a problem, or can they just look at us and like?
They generate magical patterns that float in the air and are very obvious. But if
They're
you
not
look
doing
at them,
that
you get
now.
hypnotized.
I see. Okay, very good.
Ooh,
Yeah, they take off and they fly. And Gastone,
huh.
of the lot of you with a 27, you're the only one who smells a faint, like smoldering char, kind of funky smell, like when wet vegetation is burning.
Do I like?
what
Does
is
that
this
mean
down here?
anything to me? Can I parse something from that knowledge?
Nothing, Matt.
This
Don't
is
worry
a world
about
I've never been to.
it. No, but you can tell that it is coming from the cliffs to your northwest.
Oh,
So this. Hey, does anybody else smell that?
Oh, smell what?
Wet vegetables on fire.
I smell
What?
wet vegetables, but not the fire part. Hold on.
It's like this way.
Like
I
dinner?
guess after Jisha hears that, she would immediately start blinking up the wall to go get a closer look.
Oh,
It'd be dinner if you made it, Asena.
The range on your blink is like 100 feet.
oh
Yeah.
So
hell?
you can appear anywhere that you want.
Yeah, up above, like up on top of the cliff, I guess, to see what Gastone is referring to.
Okay.
Is that a thing you can just do whenever?
So like here?
Okay,
Oh,
bye.
yeah. Sure.
All right.
It's really
There.
fast.
I guess we should go off after.
Jisha, you are face to face with an enormous tiger.
Oh,
Oh. Jisha would very slowly.
Sorry. Let me
back-
fix this. I lost some of the dramatic effect. That's what was supposed to happen. You're supposed to teleport up there and you were supposed to actually see it. It's an
Oh.
enormous tiger and its
Oh.
stripes are all long flower petals wrapped around its body that all emerge from a central, from like they come from its spine down in its stripes. It has pollen falling off of it, but half of its face, one of its ears, and a chunk of its neck is all missing.
Oh.
And rising from it instead is this smoldering purple fire, like embers in its flesh.
Oh my gosh.
You immediately recognize this as an Oniyuri tiger, another Oniyuri blossom spirit. They have keen smell. They can smell gold. They can poison you with greed. They can steal your luck. And something very bad has happened to this one. So Jisha teleports into the bushes.
Yep.
And that's all the rest of you see. The action is on all of you. Go ahead.
Is that Chester?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where did
On
you
the
go?
screen zoomed
Chester
out.
was
Looks
just
funny.
now. When you blink, do you bring things with you, or do you leave whatever you're carrying or whoever's holding you behind?
I think I carry everything.
You can't
Yeah,
take
I
a
think
person with you, but you could take Chester with you.
Okay.
Uh,
Would you have wanted to leave the cat or bring the cat?
I think I wouldn't have brought the cat
Okay.
If there was danger that
Okay.
because I feel like I got the sense of danger from what Gaston said.
Yeah.
But I would blink back down like pretty quickly, I think. Okay. So there is a Oniyuri spirit up there, but it looks hurt. I don't think I've ever seen something like this before. It looks like there's pieces of it missing, and it's on fire. That's what
Oh.
you're smelling, Gaston, is this blossom spirit on fire.
And that's not normal for that particular spirit.
No, not at all.
Okay, very good.
And
we
at
should
that
leave.
moment, it leaps from its perch in the air directly off and down towards all of you. And as
Okay.
it does, the petals that line its back rise up as these dark red flower tendrils lash forward like a mane that's part of the attack.
Oh, it's fighting us. Oh.
You don't have to kill it. You don't have to fight it, but it is attacking you. Roll for initiative.
Oh,
Here we go.
At first, I was like, we should help it, but now
Maybe you can talk to it.
I'm gonna try to. Let's not ask hasty here. We don't want to kill the blossom spirit. These are good things for the world.
Yeah.
And
is
I
it
really
dangerous?
try to talk to it. It can be, yes. It can definitely poison you with greed. Maybe that's what happened to some of the Oniyuri tribe, but we should try to talk to it and see what happened.
Didn't I hear from the other person we spoke to, Shiori, that the Blossom Spirits of the Oniyuri are no longer affiliated with them?
Matt, have you rolled for initiative yet?
No.
Because it's trying to eat your face.
Now can I speak?
Yes, you may speak now.
Okay.
Because it's your turn.
Didn't Shiori mention that these Blossom Spirits are no longer affiliated with their tribe?
Well, it's more that they have a negative. Their relationship with the spirits right now isn't very good. They're losing their connection to them, and maybe this is why.
Jisha, you seem to know a lot about these things. Do they have to see in order to do what they do?
DM.
Yes.
Yes.
Except
yes,
that they have a very keen sense of smell.
But they can also smell you.
Okay, very good.
Tiger leap.
Asena, I think you should try and do your cool talk to animals and make them feel better thing. I'm going to prepare a globe of darkness. As soon as this thing tries to pounce on one of us, I'll drop it to make sure that they don't maul you.
You're going to drop the spirit?
No, I'm going to drop a giant inky black darkness on it.
Oh. So I can talk to animals? I don't know if I can talk to spirits. Okay, I don't know if I can talk to alive spirits.
I'm sure we'll figure something out.
And I have to try.
All right.
But we should try not to kill it. And John looks over at Gastone when he says that.
Is Gastone already pulling the sniper rifle from his back?
And he's putting it back.
So John's going to ready an action to cast darkness if
All right.
it jumps on them. And he's going to move towards Gastone to make sure that he's not the only person by himself.
Okay. All right. Etelvina, the white ghost, is going to...
Mate, can Chester talk to it?
He can try. It does not seem to speak celestial.
Chester's going to run into the bushes.
Okay. Etelvina is going to immediately move into the bushes, and she literally turns invisible as she melds with the shadows.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Jisha, it's your turn. The Oniyuri tiger is leaping towards you.
I guess what Jisha would do is actually just go stand in front of it and try to talk to it, putting a hand out. I just feel like, Spirit, please, we're not here to harm you. What is happening? What is going on?
Okay. Roll an animal handling check. It was either that or persuasion. Okay. All right. You'll find out it has recognition in its one functioning eye, and as it leaps forward, you can see that its expression is twisted and it is snarling and its muscles are clenched up in pain, but the pain also seems to be infecting its mind as well. And as it leaps towards you, it's still moving midair, but it folds its claws in.
Oh.
Okay, well that's good. Okay,
that
we're
was a-
getting somewhere.
Bonus action. You can take an action as well if you want.
I guess I wouldn't know what to do in this situation. I might
Mhm.
return to the group and just say, you guys have any idea to how to make this not painful for this tiger?
Gastone, you could put it to sleep.
That's an incredible idea.
Oh yeah, I have those, don't I? Shit. I don't know. These are the dose is kind of human-sized.
Mhm.
That is seems to be a bit larger than a human.
Significantly larger, yes.
Couldn't you do one of your on-the-spot malfunctions in order to make the payload a little larger?
See, that requires. If it was just a mechanical thing, I probably could. But
We'll
this
just
feels
shoot more
like
than one.
Would 4 even do anything? Because I only have 4.
For 1 point of inspiration, you could have 4, and you could just fire all of them at once, just and hope it works.
Well, you know what? You drive a hard bargain, Mr. DM. Oh my god.
I
it's been
think
so
there's
long
a
since
very
I've
appropriate
clicked.
thing that you can do for this.
What?
Wait, actually. Wait, how does on the fly gadget work? Because I just realized I have an idea.
Wait, whose turn is it?
It's
It's still
Jisha
Jisha's turn.
is asking for help. It's
Oh,
about to be
okay.
Asena's turn, and Gastone is figuring out if he can answer Jisha's question properly. Jisha, is there anything else that you want to do while the action's on you?
I guess I'd try to start moving and coaxing the tiger towards the river.
Okay, you can go ahead and move up to your move speed, assuming you're not blinking,
Yeah,
which is 30.
that looks good.
Yeah,
for now.
plenty good. Asena, what do you do on your turn?
I'm gonna try to talk to it.
Okay. All right, and this
With
is using your
my-
ability to communicate with animals?
Yeah, I have speak with animals.
Okay.
Hey, beautiful kitty. You are so pretty and not at all angry at us. You just need help.
Okay. Roll handle animals or persuasion with advantage.
Okay.
Mate, can we see that purple fire coming out of its missing sections?
Yes, you can. 19. Okay. As it leaps down, it lands directly next to you because it was heading right towards Jisha, and I'm just moving it because I kind of have to for this to make sense.
Burns! Burns!
Oh,
Oh,
Hunger! Burns!
Okay, I'm getting that you're hungry, but also something's burning. They seem to be separate.
Steel hunger burns!
Okay, guys. Except for this time, he said something about steel, but
steel.
is it
the
heat metal?
steel is burning him and making him hungry.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna try to coax it to the water. Maybe we can get the water to help put out the fire.
Jisha, do you recognize those purple flames? Does that have some sort of source that's localized to this place?
Would
It's
I know
not
that?
something you recognize or anything that you've ever seen before.
Does John recognize it?
John can make an Arcana check.
Because that, off the top of my head, reminds me of a particular deity that has purple flame.
Different shade. I'll tell you, it's not violet.
Okay, so different shade. All right.
Yeah. But I will let you roll an Arcana check.
18.
18 total. Something ate or tried to eat this spirit. Not like...
Mate, real quick, I want to drop a deduction dice just to see if that helps at all.
Okay.
19.
19 total. Something ate this spirit, and it was not something with physical jaws. It's not like a bigger monster came along and chomped on it. It's like something devoured its essence.
Does a 20 get me any more? I have another way of getting a better result.
I don't think it's something you'd be immediately familiar with, but this is a spirit. It was attacked by a spirit eater.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it survived, but it has been grievously wounded. Its max hit points is reduced. It's taken necrotic damage.
Okay, so it does look like some sort of negative lingering effect.
Mm-hmm.
That could be, if that lingering effect was purged from its body, it would likely return to its normal state. At
Right.
least somewhat.
Right.
Okay. Asena, can you like remove some sort of, not actual healing, but a status ailment of some kind? Like a restoration effect. Are you able to replicate that? Could you try?
I could try. What? I already talked to it.
It is an action to cast Speak with Animals. So, that being said, you've put off actual full-fledged combat for the moment. Gastone, are you looking to tranquilize it?
I have an idea actually.
Okay.
But I have a question first.
Fire away.
Actually,
Maybe don't fire away. Maybe check.
yeah, true. So actually, maybe this probably either one disease or condition of. Okay, no, this probably won't work. Because I'm trying to make because I realize I can make gadgets based off spells, which is kind of broken. So
Yes.
I was thinking about lesser restoration, but I don't know if that will work here. So instead,
You can try.
I can try, or I can make a megaphone that lets me cast sleep. I can just put this thing to sleep for a minute while we figure it out.
Okay. Do you want to do that?
Yes. How many gadget points does it cost again to make a level 1 spell?
I want to say 3 points. I've got this. This is from Amazing Adventures, by the way, folks. I think I have the rules. Gadgets. Oh yeah, this isn't shared out. Let me share this out. Show to players. It's 3 points for a level 1 effect, 2 points for a level 0 effect.
Okay. So this is a level 1 effect,
Mm-hmm.
and I would like to make it. So I will use 2 gadget points.
All right, and you're going to roll 5d8, and if that exceeds its hit points, then you've succeeded.
Sweet. So 5d8, you said?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Slash R. 5d8.
Okay. It plunges to its knees for a moment, and all of the fronds that sort of leapt up off of its back, its stripes that were leaping up to attack with its poison fronds, they go limp for a moment, but then it stirs and it turns directly towards you.
Hey, Asena. Hey, Asena. Can you just tell him really quick? I was just trying to help him sleep. This is it's not that deep, man.
I can't just tell him that now.
Why not? You're the animal talker, right?
Because it's already run out.
Oh God, when are you getting it again?
What's the
Wait.
duration on Speak with Animals?
It's like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
No.
You say no.
It's
Yeah, it's 10 minutes.
but I thought it says 1 action.
It's an
one
action to
action so that you
activate
can
it, and then it's on, and now it
Yeah.
lasts for 10 minutes, which is good because as Gastone, what's it like when you use your megaphone? Like, what is it actually?
I just so it's like I just like say sleep.
How does it come out the other side?
It's a little megaphone. So it's like it's got a cone. It's directional.
And literally, it just sounds like you saying "sleep" into a megaphone.
Yeah.
It projects like a wave underneath it that activates the brain.
Yes. Literally.
I
But
love
it's
it.
like, but it's like a sound reverberation to where he just said sleep, but the tiger actually heard him say sleep in like every pitch in his voice, like 1,000 times, and it's supposed to lull you into this very
But if you're outside of the cone, you literally just hear him saying "sleep" into it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so
exactly.
Oh, good.
that did not exceed, and then from the bushes to the south, 2 more emerge.
Oh no.
2 more tigers
2 more tigers emerge. One
with
climbs,
similar wounds.
Yes. All of them similarly eaten. They loom up on top of this bridge here, looking down at you with their fronds and growling menacingly. You can each do one thing before they do one thing. The initiative order isn't super important here.
Before my turn comes up, I had readied that darkness. Can you give me a globe of darkness, please?
Yeah, I actually prepped this earlier. It's just like
Thank you.
a cooking show, you know.
Good. Yep, we took it out of the oven. It's been 1 round.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't, make a pact with some sort of, evil deity to get it store-bought is fine.
And bam, globe of darkness.
Cool.
Now, is it a 20-foot radius or a 10-foot radius? 20-foot radius or diameter?
Let me double check for you there. Darkness. It is 15-foot radius.
Okay, so 15 foot, 2, 3, radius. Drop it where you want it.
There it is.
You should have control.
Excellent.
Okay,
Put it on this guy here.
as this other tiger shows up, what does John do that summons this darkness?
Just considering, I want to make sure, in case we have range on us and there's more enemies that way. John, after the big megaphone, sleep, and these things pop out, John looks over and tells Gastone to duck as he just kind of reaches his arm out, and there were these draconic runes that you can't see over his long coat, but they spring off from his arm almost like little spikes and then shoot out, twirling in a clockwise motion as they hit the area, almost like they're dissolving into fire, these quills that turn into fire, and then when they hit the spot, they erupt into this globe of inky black darkness. But the darkness itself almost looks like black fire.
Cool.
I can't hear you.
XP.
Plus 1 XP. The lot of you have one more round of actions that you can take before I decide how the tigers react.
Okay. And from there... Okay, so now we've got quite a few. John looks over at Jisha. Are we still trying to heal them, or should we just run?
They're pretty fast, if I'm remembering correctly. Don't
Move at
think
60
running
feet.
away. Yeah, I don't think running away is going to be an option for us.
These are what I would assume apex predators in this area. Would they choose to go after weaker prey if it was presented to them?
Remember, they smell and crave gold and other valuables.
I mean, wait. Maybe what we can do is, well, I still have some of the gold that Orvi used.
Yep, those discs. Let's drop
Earlier.
them.
Yeah, maybe we could give those as a token of peace. And figure out how to deal with their wounds if we can get a little closer and maybe see what's going on.
John kind of shouts to the other two. Do we have more means of trying to recover their wounds?
Yeah.
Okay, then let's do it. Jisha, if you have those coins, let's go ahead and bring those out. And John just takes one of his money pouches out and just walks over to the center of this like little trifecta they've made and just dumps 100 gold on the ground. Just takes a pouch, turns it over.
Just puts
and
2 pounds of gold. Just
Yep.
You can see Jisha's eyes get really wide because she's never seen like it's very rare that she's seen this kind of gold stores as she carefully lays down the gold pieces from Orvi next to the pile.
And then John's going to just back up into this set of bushes and just duck down. He's not going prone, but he's just kind of trying to get these big frongs between him and the big old tigers.
Which bush are you moving into? Oh, the ones by the riverbed? Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
And from there, John, even though he doesn't want to go against what Jisha is saying, he doesn't want to kill or hurt these things, he also doesn't want to get, absolutely wrecked. So he's going to go ahead and just be ready with, let's say, a minor illusion.
Okay. All right. Gastone, what are you doing after John dumps out some gold and says, hey, turn out your pockets? And so one goal is to not die. The other goal is to figure out what happened to them and maybe help them.
Do I have gold? Will that even help? I'm not sure if this what. I'm not sure what I could do.
I mean, 2 pounds of gold on the ground is a pretty good lure already.
Okay. So we know these things they're all afflicted with whatever is going on with them.
They've all been munched.
So is there a way that I could get close enough to do a little scanny scan without getting my head ripped off?
Pick a skill you want to use, and because all the gold is on the ground, you'll get advantage because they crave it.
Oh.
So you can try to stealth up. You could try to use animal handling, whatever you want to. I don't think there's an application for pure science here.
Yeah. Yeah, stealth is looking like the move.
Okay.
Unless I can talk you into performance.
I'll hear you out at the very least.
You see, Gnomes, I basically have to give off literally no presence at all. I would like to think that takes a lot of, not necessarily acting chops per se, but I do have to play the part of, someone capable of such stealthy feats, a ninja, if you will, even though I despise them.
Okay, if your goal is to perform stealth, you're being stealthy.
Okay. Well, stealth it is. Advantage. Where is it? There it is.
That's amazing. That's so bad.
It is amazing and bad.
All right, which one were you approaching? They're all similarly injured.
Where am I? The one like directly in front. Where's the thing? This one. Maybe worst case, Asena can be like, "Wait, don't kill him. He's nice sometimes."
Okay. As you get close, it growls. It does not go to bite you or chomp you, but one of its fronds kind of sniffs at you.
Did you say sniffs?
Yeah, no, it like whips to hit you. Does an 18 hit you?
An 18 hits me. Oh god.
Question.
Yes.
Question.
Yes.
I did ready an action to do a minor illusion as Gastone is moving up, and maybe John can tell he's not being quite as stealthy as he could. Would John be able, just for this tiger's field of view, be able to throw up an illusion to where Gastone does not look like he's there when he's actually approaching?
Roll an
Just
Arcana check.
Putting like a little field of vision, like right in that spot right there. Yes,
Yep.
I'll roll the Arcana.
Roll Arcana.
Oh, it was almost natural 20, 17.
Wow.
So he's looking to basically put like a weird little mirror, just obscuring vision to where it looks like, to the tiger's vision, it looks like Gastone disappeared as he's creeping up. It can still hear and smell him, but he doesn't look like he's there.
The tiger uses its reaction and steals one of your luck dice and makes you roll again and take the worst of the 2 results, Matt.
Steals one of my luck dice?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. Alrighty then. Roll another Arcana, you said?
Yep, and take the worst of the 2.
That would be the 17, sir.
All right, well, I got your luck point anyway, so you. But
I wanted to use it to help Gastone anyway, so you. You just saved me an inspiration, baby.
Me. All right. So as it growls and its coil starts to come up and lash, John quickly puts up a little whoop, nothing here, like a 5-foot panel, just a tiny little panel of exactly what's behind you except minus you, allowing you to get close enough to run your scan. And that would be a science check.
Okay. No advantage. Normal.
10. You got anything you want to throw at this?
Oh.
Hey, quick
Yeah.
question. Do you have to have luck points for steel luck to work on you?
Yes.
Oh!
It's actually incredible. I'm spending an inspiration for this one.
Okay, go ahead and mark down an inspiration and give me another roll. Take the better of the two.
Yes, sir. I hate. Actually, 15 is okay.
15 is decent. 15 is decent.
15 is decent.
Okay. So this confirms that the damage is not physical. These creatures are only barely flesh and blood. They are spirits. They're beings of magical, natural energy that just take on these particular forms, and they have bodies, but normally they exist primarily in their spiritual form. Whatever attacked and ate this was some form of radiation or energy drain that manifested as fire. So it was like instead of a chemical reaction, it was a spiritual reaction that latched on to their spiritual essence, their spiritual flesh, consumed it, converted it into energy, and then drew it away. But for whatever reason, it didn't completely devour them. It seems like they were caught in its blast radius and then managed to escape. Is there anything else you're trying to determine with your scan?
No. Just if I can, just if there's anything like science related going on with them, and if there's something I could potentially do about it.
It's almost entirely magic.
Lovely.
But you are detecting that even though it's a magical effect, it came from a synthetic source.
Synthetic, so that means it's not necessarily.
It's like not a blossom spirit.
No, like
A blossom
not
spirit
of
did not
this.
do this.
Wait, synthetic means it could be from the. I don't know, from that Machine City thing that's here that I'm apparently going. That not apparently that I'm definitely going to loot.
It could be,
And-
yes.
Yeah. I wonder if that's doing something. And then it actually, if Asena did relay the message to us, it did say something about steel.
Yeah, they said that the steel was burning. And they were hungry. Or something was hungry.
Just to remind our cast, currently Necra has 2 inspiration, the DM has 1 inspiration, and Gastone has a treasure coming to him.
Which we haven't
Oh,
deployed
that's
yet.
right.
Mm-hmm. Let me know if you have any creative ideas for that. Otherwise, we'll figure it out. Okay. Jisha and Asena still have the option to decide what to do. Gastone just made these scans. Did you relay that information to the party?
I did, yes.
All right.
Okay. Well, that's very interesting because if it's not a blossom spirit that did this, maybe they're acting funny because of the attack that came from that synthetic source. So we'll have to find the source after we put a band-aid on this. I don't know what to do.
I mean, I could try to heal it, but I don't know if I can if it's not a physical thing.
It's like still technically a magical thing, so maybe you could, but it being, I don't know, I'm not really sure what to make of it being synthetic, just because it's probably from the machine metropolis that is apparently under this world, planet, whatever they call it. So maybe you could still fix it.
Maybe the Oniyuri got a hold of something that started attacking their own blossom spirits. Maybe that's why the relationship with them is so broken. You said something about steel, Asena?
Yeah, the tiger said steel.
Maybe the Oniyuri are starting to get more in tune with the steel. That would make sense, because Orvi was up on the mountain where you guys appeared from to try to open the way gates because he wanted pie. I don't know where he got that from, but he wanted pie. But that's a luxury. That's a luxury here. Only the steel are really able to do that quickly. There's a lot more going on here than what I thought, but we've got to figure this out first. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Asena is going to reach out to the tiger.
Okay.
So she will reach her hand out to touch it while saying, I'm just going to try and make you feel better. I promise it won't hurt.
Roll another animal handling check with advantage because of the spell.
20.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
Okay. It continues to growl in pain, and it's the fronds lifting off from its back sort of sway back and forth, but it doesn't make any aggressive gestures towards you.
Okay. So I will touch the creature and try and heal it.
Okay. As you send forth the primal energy that has resided within your soul ever since you awakened within the jungles of Zolquia and met the family of wolves that raised you, you feel it flowing through this creature, which is more vital, more alive, more infused with energy than most life is, but then it almost leaks out, fizzling out and being eaten by that wound. You may be able to push past this, but not with the current resources that you're using. Because its maximum in game terms, its maximum hit points have been reduced. So you can't heal its hit points because it's at its limit, which should be higher.
Got you. So this guy is hurt.
Okay. You mean irreparably hurt?
Well, maybe, yeah.
Okay. Jisha, would Jisha know if taking Ken out would be a detriment in this situation? Like, would it make the tigers unhappy and angry?
Not inherently. Seeing an armored fish appear could startle them, but if handled properly, it shouldn't be too much of a disaster.
I think what Jisha would do is she would put Ken into the river real fast, and use the fish bowl and see if like pouring water on the fire of this tiger would help.
Ooh, I like that. Okay. Yeah, dumping out the water from the fishbowl does in fact extinguish the flames on this tiger. However, that enchanted spirit water is not unlimited. You only had enough to heal one of the tigers.
Oh. Where do you get this magical spirit
What'd you
water?
just do?
Well, it usually comes from the pond back in my house in the village, but we don't have time to go back there and get more.
We don't?
Does Ken have properties that also make it magical?
You would know that if Ken spends enough time inside pure water inside that bowl, it does become infused with his brave spirit. But you don't know how long that takes because you haven't changed the water for a while because you don't have to because it's a magic fish bowl.
Good point. Well, maybe now that we've calmed down one tiger, the other ones will be more eager to let us help them.
Let me ask you this. If you have 3 starving people and you feed one of them, will the other 2 starving people be very happy to work with you with the promise that you may feed them?
This seems like a trick question.
This does not make sense to me.
Are they friends? Are the hungry people friends?
It's almost irrelevant.
Well, I guess Jisha would also try to like take another fishbowl of water from the river and pour it on another tiger.
Without the infusion of spiritual energy, it does not work.
Wait! Jisha is going to very calmly tell Ken to get bigger.
He arises in his full koi warrior form.
And Jisha's like putting a hand between like the fish and the tigers, like it's okay, like everything's good. As she asks Ken to stand in the river and use its inspire ability on the water.
Oh, okay. Okay. That is a slight departure from how that ability normally works, but it is in alignment with the essence of it, which translates to, for 1 point of inspiration per tiger, I will allow this to work.
Ooh.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
And I think you've got 2 in the chat.
I have 2.
All right, perfect.
Nicely
So simply
done.
by giving them a brave speech about how the honor of the Blossom spirits is to protect these people in their world, and that whatever hunts them shall become his prey, and he will not let this stand. The bravery of the Botan spirits flows out into the water, and that is able to heal the fiery burning on the other 2 tigers. And when we come back from our break, we may discover what this mysterious predator is and reach the Kuroyuri Hana village. So don't go anywhere, folks. Yokai Blossom will return shortly.